Hello everybody, it is me, Everest and today we are here talking about that time I got reincarnated as a slime, episode 6. Wow, Shizu Shi. Okay, so then her introduction, I actually really like her introduction animated. It was really cool in the manga, but seeing it animated was pretty cool. Seeing her just walk up, just randomly up to them, and seeing her just be like, "Can I join you?" And then you see her actually fight. That fight was actually pretty cool. Like seeing her just activate like a flame sword and seeing her jump around, flip around, and killing all those ants. Really cool moment, especially Ramiro's Black Lightning. He tested it out at the beginning of the episode, and that was really cool seeing him just like shoot a lightning bolt, splash like part ways, like part like the sea, like Moses, and then just destroy a boulder. Reminds me of a moment that was in How Not to Summon a Demon Lord that they cut out from the anime, but it was in the manga where he's like testing out his powers in it in like the fantasy world. He like shoots like a lightning bolt or something out of his staff. You just see like a giant boulder just explode out of nowhere, like way too powerful for a character to just be summoned into a world. But he is gaining like lots of abilities when he first like appeared in this world. Ramiro probably would have never been able to do any of this, but because he just keeps on adding stuff, and the Great Sage is just like instead of it just being like a helper, actually gives him abilities randomly, so it just helps him out when it's not supposed to. But then it gives her an interesting story, so I can see where that's going. I like it how Rigurd, the Goblin King, how he ranked up again to Goblin King. Like what the hell? Like he he didn't even change that much. He just got even buffer. Just I think his face got bigger. Like I think did he get taller too? I think I said that. But seeing him just like I like how loyal he is to Ramiro. Like he's so loyal. You'd think that because he's a slime he wouldn't be. But funny moments happen later on with the loyalty of people because of like Ramiro being a god to them because he pretty much is a god. I wonder like if the dragon like if Ramiro was able to save the dragon that he ate and was able to like release him. I wonder what the reaction of like everyone else is gonna be like. Is he gonna keep it a secret? Vedora is there like maybe Veldora can change forms. Maybe he might get abilities because he's in Ramiro or something like that. But we also got to meet the adventurers again in the early parts of the episode when they were talking to the guild leader. I don't think that happened in the manga, or maybe it did. Them talking to the guild leader because I don't remember that. But I did have bad memories last episode when I completely forgot about Shizu and her having like a group of kids training under her. Like I completely forgot about that, so I might even be forgetting about this. But man, that like guild leader, like he is just like a dick to them. Like he wants to get things done, but you don't need to be so rude about that. It just reminds me of like military people. Like whenever when you're talking to a superior, they just act like such assholes for no reason. But I guess like being nice gets you nowhere sometimes. So I guess I can see where that going. But then the adventurers seem pretty much exactly the same as they're in the manga. They're even funnier in the anime, and I think the girl, the adventure group, she sounds familiar. So I think that she might have been in other roles before because that voice sounds very familiar. Same thing with Shizu's, but it's not. But I can't really remember hers that well, like the voice actor for that. But other than that, especially seeing how 500 other goblins join their group, so you can see where the story is going. Where like the more and more people that find out about Ramiro being like the new Veldora, more people are just going to join him. And I think a lot of people are probably going to enjoy that aspect of the series, seeing lots of other different monsters and creatures join up with him because of how strong he is and how intuitive he is with him getting people to like build new houses and build a town for like his people and stuff like that. And it's probably going to get even bigger if more people join him. So yeah, I'll be back in a couple minutes to review the rest of this episode. Okay, I am back. Infrit, the flame spirit or flame monster. Wow. This is just a little buddy spoiler. He becomes very cute later on. Then like later on he just looks like a normal human. Like he just looks like a normal just regular dude. Like I guess that's like his base form maybe when he's not acting all freaky. So then we saw how Shizu got summoned into this world instead of Veldora saying like 30 mages can only summon a person. We had one dude, and I already know who the dude is, or maybe like I think I know who the dude is, right? Like yeah, pretty sure that's a demon lord if I'm correct. So then we also saw that after the mid-credit scene, we saw that Ramiro talked to the adventurers in his town, It looks more like it actually looks more like a village. So then we saw him talking to the adventurers and getting information out of them, and they were saying they just told Ramiro everything. They weren't even trying to hide anything. You could see like how like sort of like incompetent they are because they're like super nice, but also super slackerish slash slightly hardworking because they're actually doing their job, but they're complaining about it the whole entire while. So I guess like we've seen characters like that before in other shows and other like media and stuff like that. Then we saw that him figuring out that Shizu was Japanese happened like instantly for Ramiro. Like he's just like the way that she's sitting, the way that she's eating, the way that she's using those chopsticks. Like I can't believe that there's like a style to sitting. Like I've seen like people sit. I know that people sit like that, but like wow, just figuring out just like that, especially by seeing her face. When he was fighting that, when he saved her from the ants, the lightning, like just instantly. And then we also saw how saw that he tried to talk to her again towards the ending of the episode, and then he was like showing her memories. That moment was pretty cool, pretty epic. Like seeing that animated, like he just uses like thought communication instead of it being talking. He can show images. Now that's some like coolness right there. He's just like showing her his room, and then it shows like a porn game that he has on his computer. He's just like, no, no, don't show that, Great Sage. But then, like if the great sage was like were to talk more than she already was, then she would have been like, "But this is what you were thinking about. Like, why was he thinking about that? Like in his head, showing her that." So then he ended up showing her like village from before she got like transported to this world. Like showed like the rebuilding of the village, and then seeing like Japan build up and showing her what current Japan looks like. It was a very cool moment, especially for Shizu's character, because she got to see like her past and then see her like present and stuff like that, and see what it's like. And then we saw her having a flashback and stuff like that. It was a really cool moment. The ending, like before it showed like Infrink going into her and her getting her flame powers that she used early in this episode with her sword. So it was also very like serene seeing like her like turn as her mirror left and then seeing like the wind blow in her hair. That's pretty much all that happened this episode. This episode I could probably say is like the complaints that some people have where it's too short, and then you know that it's a good show when it's too short. But yeah, I could feel this episode. From episode 1 to 5, I didn't really feel it that much. I felt like there was enough content during each episode for me to feel satisfied with the full like 20 to 22 minutes. So I think this episode I could see why it's short because not much happened. But I also really liked the moments where it showed like all the goblins. I was about to say elves. I have no idea what I'm talking about sometimes. When you saw all the goblins building the village and seeing them like building farms, building like water canals, like I really like them like showing like little scenes like that only last like a couple seconds. But yeah, I can't wait to see what happens next episode with Shizu and the others. I guess we're going to see more of I guess Shizu and more of like I guess inference since they showed inference. So we're gonna see what happens with her because you did see Shizu having problems with her like getting hurt. So I guess the more that she uses inferent, the more that like it hurts her, or maybe like the demon lord did say that infant would it was supposed to take control of Shizu's body, but Shizu is in control. So instead of but the fire demon was supposed to be the one in control. So maybe the fire demon is trying to regain control and trying to take her over. So maybe that's what's happening. But you never really explain. They never really explain. I think even in the manga how she's able to like control this demon. So I guess maybe it's like human willpower that does it because humans usually do have a very absurd amount of willpower. So yeah, those are my thoughts about this episode and what I liked and what I disliked. So yeah, if you enjoyed this review slash discussion of what my thoughts were, leave a like. If you didn't, then leave a dislike. Man, I love dislikes. I also love likes. Doesn't matter which one I have. So yeah, see you guys in the next review next week, and yeah, bye.